shipping container. That's why I fought extradition. And I made sure I didn't agree to extradition until I had spoken to the warden of the jail and made it very clear what was going on. There were a lot of crazy things that happened while I was in jail. Inmates stealing my tablet and lying about having it so I couldn't get communication, any contact to the outside world. They made sure it was impossible for me to reach my mother and my son to let them know not to leave, to go back to Texas. And when I extradited and bonded out, I would meet them there. Sean Davy Way and OG Patrice Garner, did everything that they could do to make sure that my family was scattered and disseminated. So when I got out of jail, I would have absolutely no choice but to rely on strangers.
Yeah.
That was a plan that was put into place after I had been poisoned, and I was poisoned as soon as I got to Dallas County Jail. They brought in a quack doctor to give me a psych eval for competency to go to trial, and he found me not competent to stand trial. And you want to know what his reason was? I was spouting delusions of grandeur, and I was trying to convince him that I'm Jaguar Wright.
Can I just stop you there? Just
Can you imagine that?
Well, this is the thing, Jack. For people who are watching this, can you imagine that? We're talking about, it was like when we listened to Ronnie Bowe and he was taken by two policemen to a warehouse. Yeah. We're talking about the same situation with you, where it's when you say the government's against you, we're talking way above what people would understand as the government. I mean, the level that these people have went to try and break your mind and unalive you.
But it's all law enforcement. All of these people are attached to law enforcement.
Yeah. Well, that's because of the corruption, right? They are the foot soldiers.
No, but they're YouTubers.
Okay.
Who are involved in law enforcement. Okay. Who are literally working together to weave and craft stories, get hundreds of people to call police officers, lying, putting in false reports and false claims. The part that really bothers me the most, though, in Dallas County is that they don't even bother to investigate who's calling them. They just act on it. From people who stalk me online. My swatting, Danny Robertson literally spoofed my voice and AI'd it to place the call that brought the SWAT to my godmother's house.
Wow.
And then they started a campaign trying to convince everyone that I called DeSoto police myself and had myself swatted for clicks and views.
Yeah. So just so for people that maybe not know, there's a very...
They did the same thing to Ratchet.
Yeah.
Same people that set him up in Dallas set me up.
There's a horrible internet culture called swatting, where streamers will be live or people will be in their home creating content live on the internet, and the SWAT team will kick in their door because a false report's been made of, a man with a gun or a woman, armed running crazy. And just imagine if some of the police force have sense, if it repeatedly happens to streamers, they have the sense to sort of not kick the door.
They just came to my godmother's house the day before they literally showed up one day for a wellness check.
Yeah.
Demanding that I present myself.
Yeah. People
saying that they got phone calls from my sister Lachelle. Yeah. Then they said my sister Ayasha. Ayasha is my mod. Not my sister. They also called a bomb threat into her children's school earlier this year, and they sent CPS to her door. These are YouTubers. Yep. And they document all of it, and they use it for content, and it's all up here on YouTube right now.
And the police won't do nothing about it.
It sounds like
the police encourage it. The question is, if cops are so smart, why is YouTube doing their job for them?
How are they letting YouTubers who don't know anything about anybody put cases on people. Like literally, we're fighting the exact same chart, like the same type of situations me and Jaguar are going through. YouTubers conjured up ways to get me and Jaguar Wright defenseless and to make us vulnerable, so that all the threats against us, people can play them out and we can't do nothing about it.
To live in an open carry state and not be allowed to carry a firearm
due to YouTubers,
criminal,
with no evidence on anything.
Okay, so listen, you have to say, when we say YouTubers, we're meaning plants, right? We're talking about people that have been placed there to create this situation
by law enforcement.
So so side chat, when we were talking, when they say when Jag and Ratchet are saying YouTubers, they're just desensitized to this situation. They're talking about plants, political law enforcement plants put there to create division. We just spoke about it, right, Jag? Divide and conquer. Okay, and another thing is separating you from your rights. That's another way of dividing and conquering.
Yeah, paper handcuffs.
Yeah.
To leave you defenseless.
Yeah.
So when people that are insane, like the Bean Team, come running up on your house while you're trying to move your family, filming it, threatening you, and the police came and did nothing. Nothing.
Public space. That's the thing. It's public space, isn't it?
Dallas County and Dallas County as a whole is compromised.
Yeah.
And they got just as many cartel family members working in the jails and in the police force as any other corrupt county in Texas.
The cartels actually run Dallas.
Dallas doesn't run Dallas. It's cartel country. You know how many police officers, Mexican police officers with no badge and a gun, go running up on people that I know to their house, leaving cards saying, call me. If she calls, don't let her know. We'll come and get her. You know how easy it is for any of these cartel guys to just walk up to a police station, get a cruiser, and go riding around.
Let me throw some stuff. Let me throw something at you here, right? Yeah. And I feel like we're friends now, so you're not going to defense this. So I'm going to hit you bluntly with this. Mm-hmm. What did you expect was going to happen, right? What did you expect was going to happen when
all of this,
right?
I expected all of it,
and I'm just being blunt. I'm not taking that.
I know who I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
I've watched how they dealt with everyone else that I know that they disappeared, disgraced, ran out of the country. I'm just different than most people. If I got it in my mind that I'm going to move that mountain, then I'm just going to move that mountain. And I'm not going to stop until I do. I'm different than most people.
Definitely.
I'm willing to go through torture. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to go through pain. I'm willing to go through psyops because I was trained to do it. My father's a Marine and a scout sniper. I was built for this kind of pressure.
Can I ask you another question? Mm-hmm. I believe you that you're built for this kind of pressure. Can I ask you a really personal question? Mm-hmm. So the things that would usually distress and haunt the average person, right? Mm-hmm. Things that you've seen, the people that you've been around.
Yeah. I
think you cope so well with defending yourself from these things. But I think the things that eat you up are things that you can't forgive yourself or let go from.
I've made a few mistakes and a few people have been hurt along the way.
Yeah.
I let my humanity get involved when I should have just been on the job. My biggest letdown in everything that I do is my heart. Because even people who I detest, I still have compassion because I understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is,
The thing that hurts me more than anything is the willful blindness. That's what hurts.
Mm.
For me to have gone through all the things that I've gone through live online, for us to wake up and before breakfast, Odell sees and has to reach out to a journalist for lying on me because they got a bad source from a bad source from a bad source. Today was the first day I actually saw a quick retraction. Who should have to do that when they wake up in the morning? I go to bed, people are lying about me. I wake up, people are lying about me. It's the willful blindness. How do millions of people watch this and not write their Congress people? Not write their state representatives, not call the FBI, not call Homeland Security. How do millions of people sit and watch this stuff and do nothing? Want to know why they do nothing? Because they're grateful it's not happening to them. That's how compliant Americans have become with tyranny.
See, only knowing you now, Jag, I know that for you to have gone through what you went through, you have become such a strengthened version of yourself, because I imagine being put into mental homes or mental hospitals, being drugged up, being targeted, being broken down, being separated, being lied to, being used, all of this
being
stuff.
Pharmaceuticaled out of your mind, and to have a YouTuber with a video of it still up of you speaking. Thanks for that, Sean Davy Way.
Yeah. I just want to say,
drugged out of my mind.
Yeah.
No food for days.
Yeah. That's what it takes to make you vulnerable and susceptible to that. And
it doesn't.
Well, no, but for a normal person, so many people would have broken along the way at some of the things that you've gone through. Okay.
That's why I'm doing this.
Oh, I know. And there's
because
one thing.
You know how many people like Ratchet, so many other people, these things happen to every day and nobody notices because they're not Jaguar Wright. There are so many people that have lived through these kind of targeted attacks. Their lives have been taken or they've been driven out of their mind and nobody even knows about it.
But Jag,
they cover it all up with another thumbnail.
Do you know what the beautiful end to this line of questioning is?
What?
The fact that you've been through all this, the fact that you've gone through everything you've done, everything that's happened, the voice that you have now, you've found love, right? And in this great battle that we talk about between the evil and the good, they have not even broken one branch on the strong tree that is Jaguar, right? You have love, you have positivity. Talking to you when you're in work mode, which is these live streams, when you see the orange badge up here, right? This is work mode.
Yeah.
You are not work mode. You are work mode when it's work time. But when we hang out on other streams, you're a totally different. It's incredible. And you would never know, like if we had just met, if we worked in an office block and we worked together 40 hours a week, you would never know a thing. And it is just incredible to you, all survivors of horror, right? Who have this love and empathy that still exists within them, because that is what these people at the end of the day want to remove.
I almost lost it. I was this close to losing that humanity you're talking about.
Well, you never. So big up Jaguar, okay? Because you never, mate. All right, and that's all that matters, okay?
Odell.
Yeah, we love Odell. Big shout out
Gave
Odell.
me a reason to hold on to my humanity.
Yeah,
because it had gotten to the point where I was all work.
Yeah, and once again, to all the ex-husbands, Neener, you messed it up. But listen, there's one thing that I see in your side chat and our side chat a lot, and it's hard to find a way to satisfy this statement, which is, what about the children? Talk about the children. Where are the children? So before we get to the end of the stream, I've got a little 15 minutes of questions, which I think addresses that topic in a way that educates and is quite informative, that I think I'd quite like to do with you, because yeah. So listen, I've waffled enough. Oh man.
By the way, spoiler alert, if you want to
Yeah.
know how to save the children, stop the government.
Oh yeah, but listen,
You can't save the children when you got the same police officers that are supposed to protect you. They're the ones kidnapping them.
oh yeah, listen, just so you know, Ratchet, you are in the
Allegedly.
presence of people that know the full backstory. You're in a community here. I spent 7 years hunting, dark web human transporters
Yeah.
of young.
So you know about it. Yeah. It's sick.
Oh, yeah. I had to make Snapchat had to make a formal apology in the national press because of some of my team's interactions. But that's a story for another time, my guy. You ever want an interview on